Welcome to GameStop Hometown Heroes, presented by PlayStation 4. I'm your host, Joshua Gray, and we're coming to you live from the ESL studios in Burbank, California. Tonight, we're going to feature some of the best online Injustice 2 players from the New York region. Now, tonight is the final week of GameStop Hometown Heroes, where players have been competing for points, and tonight is no different. First place 100, second place 75, third 50, fourth 35 points, and fifth through eighth will earn 25 points. These points are crucial because they will determine who are the top 4 players going to the regional finals, happening this Saturday, 11 o'clock local time at 8 different locations based on our regions: New York, Miami, Atlanta, Dallas, Chicago, Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Seattle. For more information about our program, make sure to visit our website, esl.gg/GameStop Hometown Heroes. Let's talk about some of the big news that's happened in the world of Injustice 2 this last week. First of all, Vianality was a blast, and Sonic Fox was able to take another championship. No real big surprise there. The real surprise was the character that he used, Captain Cold. Many people consider Captain Cold not to be a top-tier character, but put any character in the hands of Sonic Fox, and he'll make it top tier. Speaking of top tier, Starfire has been released, and she is a blast to play. Pun intended. She's a lot of fun with the zoning and mid-range. I still need a lot of help on how to maximize her combos, but I'm looking forward to seeing you guys post those guys online, so make sure to download Fighter Pack #1. And we had some news coming from NetherRealm as well about the next patch. Ranked matches will be changed from best of 1 to best of 5, and a lot of people are very excited about that, so thank you, NetherRealm, for that upcoming patch. Let's talk about War of the Gods. Semij has been dominating continually with his Catwoman. He won again against Bdon's Dr. Fate. There will be no War of the Gods next weekend, but they will return August 19th. Make sure to sign up for the Cups on Saturday, starting at 6 o'clock Eastern, and then the top 8 finals happening on Tuesday at 8 o'clock. More information, stream.me/war. Let's take a look at some of the big events happening just around the corner. Versus Fighting, Summer Jam 11, and GameStop Hometown Heroes regional finals are all happening this weekend. And the GameStop Hometown Heroes regional finals on Saturday, those matches will be recorded, and then we're going to broadcast them on Sunday. We're going to go live around 9:30 a.m. Pacific time as soon as Versus Fighting concludes, and then we'll be live up until Summer Jam 11 starts off their Injustice 2 finals. After that, we have Absolute Battle 8, August 27th, plus GameStop Hometown Heroes Top 8, the finals happening in Las Vegas at the GameStop Consumer Expo, August 27th. All of this will culminate into E-League, the top 16 finals, where 2 of the players from GameStop Hometown Heroes will be in attendance. That's starting October 27th. Let's take a look at the regional standings so far for New York. This is the end of week 9. KevDeMan taking the lead at 510 points, followed by Nyx, Costner, and Kinetic Predator. Bdon, CD Jr., Monkey Madness. Bdon and CD Jr. are so close to making top 4. This is going to be a big night for them. Let's take a look at the bracket for tonight from the winner's side. We have KingRaj versus Bdon, the same Bdon that fell to Semij in War of the Gods, followed by Kinetic Predator and Emperor Splash. Then from the loser's side, CD Monty versus KevDeMan and Kuchi Kopi versus King Wash. Some of these players need those points in order to make it to top 4, and it's going to be one hell of a fight. We want to hear from you on social media. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and Facebook, ESL Injustice, and use that hashtag Hometown Heroes. Some of the best tweets we're going to put up on the broadcast. Our VODs will be available on YouTube, youtube.com/ESLTV, along with our top 5s. And we have a very special message from our friends over at GameStop. Check out GameStop's digital sale and save up to 75% off selected digital games, currency, and season passes. Visit GameStop.com/digital. And if you're going to be in the GameStop stores this Saturday, start your back-to-school savings at GameStop. Save 25% off backpacks, journals, t-shirts, and more now through August 13th. More details at GameStop.com. All right, that does it for me for the pregame show. But let's kick it over to Dustin Kane and Evan Hashimoto to give us a breakdown of 2 other regions and to kick off the battle for New York. Gentlemen.
Thank you, Josh. We are here for the final week of the 10-week program, and we are seeing the repeat of New York. And since it's the final week, that means that we have a few regions already in the books, and we already know who will be attending their regional finals. So
we starting off all the regions in the books, except for this region.
Except for this one, exactly. So we'll be showing them throughout the night. But here we go. Nubcase with a huge lead.
Damn, that's a lot of points.
But Interestingly enough, second and third place for Los Angeles not going. So Nubcakes making it, DJT making it, Hamburger, aka Pretty Flocko making it, and then there was a tie with 305 points. Acid and Flappy played a match earlier today where Flappy ended up winning at the final little bit of life in the 5th game, and he managed to qualify for regional finals. That is the tiebreaker. We do have the 2 players play if they're exactly tied for points, and that is why every single point mattered.
Man, that really lucked out as well for those players, because 2 of the players in the top 4 were unable or not going. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is a pretty unique situation that we very rarely see that, but we have another region here. San Francisco has Dab with also a very large lead. Not quite as large as Nubcake's
50
lead,
points shy, but then Kinetic Sicarios in 2nd, Blind Ducky in 3rd, and then we actually had Cowboy at Everlast play, and it was Cowboy coming on top with his El Doctoro Fate.
Yeah, he played so solid in this set. We did get to watch it. Of course, Everlast playing Superman against Dr. Fate. Now, we've seen Cowboy playing a few different characters.
His fate was sealed.
it was most definitely sealed as he qualified for regional finals. So San Francisco should be very good. Of course, Cowboy's always such a solid player, and it's great to see him continuing on with his main character, Dr. Fate. Very reminiscent of Sinestro in Injustice 1, which he was very well known for. But, of course, that is not the end of Dr. Fate, as our first match of tonight will include the Dr. Fate that has been on everybody's notice.
That has changed both of our lives.
I think that is a fair assessment, and that will be Bdon. But his opponent, starting off with KingRaj. Now, KingRaj was here the first week.
The first week we broadcasted, correct.
Again, just to kind of go over it again, this is the 2nd week that we are showing New York. Now, the first week of our broadcast at all, the very first week was New York, so it's been 10 full weeks since then. KingRaj was there, he did well. We now need to see how he does and how he's improved over that amount of time, which should be very fun to see.
I mean, he got 33rd at CEO and EVO, and he's a very solid player, and he plays a character that is very near and dear to my heart. He plays Firestorm, but moving on to OMX Bdon, Brandon. I'm not even going to try to, I don't want to butcher his last name out of respect. He's from Point Pleasant, New Jersey. He plays Dr. Fate, and he likes to zone, smiley face, and he is region rank 5.
I think that may be the best personal quote that we've received. That's very, very much accurate. He likes to zone. We see him zone, but ironically, I don't think he's the most zoning of the Dr. Fates that we see.
He has one of the most unique and honestly most entertaining Dr. Fates that I think I've seen ever, period. He obviously does use a lot of the zoning tools and he sets everything up, but he is one of the players that I feel use the glyphs better than anyone else, as well as the fact that his up-close pressure is actually ridiculous with this character.
It really is. I mean, again, it goes back to how well he uses the glyphs. The red glyphs when he's in trait, and the normal glyphs when he's out of trait. He's got setups for everything. Good pressure, good, just everything in general. We've seen him a lot. Obviously, he was 2nd place on War of the Gods last night.
Oh my God, his set between PL, that was probably my favorite set of the night in War of the Gods. So huge shout outs to them, as well as PL for having one of the coolest Brainiacs to watch. But right now, it's about these 2 players right here, KingRaj versus OMX Bdon. This is the first match of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, this is to decide who is going to go forward in New York for the regional finals and who is going to stay home and watch.
Right, and there are some people in this top 8 who actually cannot qualify, one of them being KingRaj. But of course, KingRaj, he still wants to make a good showing in his 2nd time on stream, show us how he's improved. But his opponent, Bdon, can actually qualify. So he is in 5th place, and there are 3 different players that are all in the running still. So one of 3 different players will take that 4th place spot. We have the top 3 almost 100% guaranteed. I believe it's Kebodaman, Nyx, and Costner. They are 100% guaranteed for regional finals, but it's going to be Bdon and Predator and CD Jr., I believe, are the 3 fighting for that very final spot.
Manny is also desperately in need of a win here in order to move forward to the regional finals.
Right, and as we saw earlier, they're all within about 30 points of each other, so any of them could take that final spot.
And still, look at this, 5 HP left, finally gets hit. So this is a really interesting matchup in its archetype, right? Because Firestorm can somewhat deal with zoners, especially because of his Molten Trap, his very fast projectile. But I will say this, Fate also has a really good way of kind of stuffing that.
He does. He has a lot of control over the entire screen, especially when you do manage to use those glyphs. So he, like a lot of other zoners in this game, he uses his zoning to gain a certain amount of respect for you. That's really what his fast zoning is for. Once you start respecting that, it allows him to start setting things up. It's very much similar to Cyborg, actually.
Oh, and that setup was ridiculous!
That is a very smart setup. It uses the red onks to gain plus frames off of the teleport. And the teleport is actually the third hit of a string. So it's very telegraphed, and you know exactly when it's coming, but he can make it plus as long as he's in trait and has at least, I think, 2 glyphs. I think 1 isn't quite safe, but I'm not sure. It's pretty minus by itself.
Fair enough. Well, good job by both players. KingRaj was making the comeback. I really like the way that he was using the meter burn fireball because it is so fast. I believe it's the second fastest projectile in the game next to Green Lanterns. However, when he gets hit, it actually goes away. But his timing was great. KingRaj was able to stuff a lot of the zoning from Bdon. He didn't manage to get in though, and I think that's why Bdon was able to take the first game.
Right, now we do know that Raj plays quite a few characters. Firestorm, I believe, is his main. It seems like it's been his main ever since the beginning of the game, but he plays Aquaman. We've seen him now playing Supergirl, which I think is a great choice. Of course, Supergirl, one of the most buffed characters in the entire patch.
She's really solid now. I mean, she was good before the buff, but now she's even more of a powerhouse and a threat.
She absolutely is. Her damage and everything is just so much more solid for her. And one of the main issues here will be the fact that her projectiles are very, very good at trading with Dr. Fate's projectiles because they actually get a knockdown. So every single time that there's a projectile trade, the damage is essentially even unless Dr. Fate's in trade, and then she gets 1 more projectile on block guaranteed.
Look at that though, 102 damage per projectile when Dr. Fate is in his trait.
Yeah, once he gets in the trait, that is one of the highest damage projectiles in the game. But now that we've seen that he's throwing them out pretty consistently, I would like to see KingRaj maybe check with a teleport.
Oh, and as you say it, there it is, the reverse commentator's curse.
I'll take it.
Nice check. Again, Bdon is so good at knowing when to use exactly which normal, and look at this, 363 on Clashable at the end.
Use the Onk as a little bit of a trap right there, and then managing to get a little bit of a projectile conversion off of it.
All right, so a life bar is going to be taken here for KingRaj, but he has only 68 hit points left, and that's going to do it. Yep. Oh, wait a second.
I think he wanted to keep it unclashable, but at this point, I'm not sure if it matters. Still managing to close it out. That might have been chip anyway. So Bdon going up 2-0.
And so we've seen other impressive Fates, right? We've seen Cowboy, we've seen Peanut, who's also a fantastic Fate in his own right. We also know Pig played Fate for a little bit, but I really haven't seen a Fate so far, in my opinion, on the level of Bdon.
Right. I think just as far as using a lot of the tools, I mean, it's very hard to argue that Bdon isn't the most successful Fate. We have seen quite a few other
Cowboy as well, though. That's been very successful. But
that is true. That's true. But honestly, I don't know a lot of Bdon's background, and I was just talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
He has such good execution and just like management of his resources. I feel like I just really want to know what his competitive background is. You know, is this where he started?
Curious as well,
I saw him playing actually Grodd earlier, just in the connection test for fun.
And he was crispy.
Yeah, he was, and that's not easy stuff, and neither is the rest of the stuff that he does. So yeah, I would love to know some more about Bdon.
Oh, gets caught by the scoop.
Oh, what was that? Just walked up and just waited.
And so KingRaj, by the way, has chosen to stay with Supergirl. He has locked himself into this character. He's confident, or at least thinks he's confident enough to go ahead and beat Bdon 3 straight.
Oh, wow, actually gets clipped out of the teleport with the projectile. And I do think this is a fine choice, honestly. Supergirl, she's very, very good. It's very hard to out-zone Supergirl. Just because, like I said, look at those trades. Every single one is a knockdown. But KingRaj Bdon actually doing a great job of rolling every single time that he gets hit in one of those trades, which does mean that the knockdown advantage is a little bit less. And of course, you can't ever look down on this, on the fact that meter burn teleport is always a threat against every single zoner, and that means KingRaj taking the lead.
Oh, that's a nice bit of chip there. There's no whiff punish coming out of KingRaj, but still in the corner again, gets caught with another scoop, gonna meter burn him, and drops the combo.
And that was a huge combo to drop. That would have been so much damage.
Yeah, that would have hurt a lot, especially in the corner.
Yeah, meterless loops with Supergirl in the corner are very damaging. And then, of course, they always give a really, really good mix-up. So dropping that is a big deal.
close for maybe Antiers. Was anticipating an air dash, but nothing came. Now in trouble in the corner. Gonna clash immediately. 4 bars available for Bdon, 1 for KingRaj. Probably gonna spend 2 here. Yep, there it is.
And she can actually just throw projectile into projectile. There's not a whole lot of risk in that scenario, especially while his trait is down.
Oh, and wow, this is going to be a lot of pressure, a lot of chip. Again, he's so good with controlling those glyphs and getting as much damage as possible. Not going to be able to continue the combo, though.
Oh, she can't follow up. Okay, she can. Luckily freezes forever.
Plus like 100-something on hit. I kid you not.
Wow, raw forward 3. Just do it. I like it. And this is getting really close. Gets over. Oh, no full conversion.
This could be it.
I think there's going to be one more mix-up. Oh!
Oh, and the preemptive jump air to air.
I feel like there were so many different opportunities there for KingRaj to have closed it out, but in the end, he still managed to make like 3 or 4 correct reads in a row, catching Bdon with a bunch of little bits of damage, so that was very, very nice.
Wow, that was impressive. A good comeback. It went down to the wire, but like you said, KingRaj able to make the Oh, what is this?
Bdon picking Supergirl, not something that I have ever seen, and it's a very interesting choice, especially considering how well he actually did with Fate. I actually have never seen him choose anybody else.
But like we said earlier, so his top 4 career with GameStop Hometown Heroes is on the line here. He needs this, so maybe this is a character he feels much better with, and he does have a game technically to give.
That is true. He could just be trying it out, and of course he will be the, I guess it's a light blue? I don't know.
It looks more like black or darker color.
Yeah, the not red Supergirl. That'll be Bdon, and then the normal colored Supergirl will be KingRaj.
Correct. KingRaj is throwing out a lot of those overheads though, and none of them have been blocked so far.
Yeah, it is very hard to react to the second hit of that string, and then even if they do, you can just stagger it, go into a down 1, which is a low mix-up.
Oh, he wasn't expecting that freeze to hit, and he actually just didn't get a full conversion off of it.
And I love that meter build right there. You do the uppercut, and it actually looks like they dropped the combo, but they didn't. They're just trying to build as much meter as possible because, of course, Supergirl needs that meter for most of her conversion.
Oh, what a read!
I have never seen a Supergirl projectile punished by anything, let alone a slow teleport, but that was the ultimate read. It was the first teleport that we've seen in this character matchup. Bdon starting to make it back, but getting driven out of the corner, and I feel like there might have been an opportunity to switch sides right there for KingRaj, but I think he just didn't want to drop it, wanted to guarantee that he was going to get that life bar closed out.
Just about done. 8 HP left on this life bar, and there it is, taken away. So this is about a dead even match. As dead even as it's going to get. Both players have clash. Both players have about a bar and a quarter.
Exactly, almost the same amount of meter. That's impressive.
And he's been getting caught by a lot of lows and overheads. Going for early unclashable damage as well.
Oh, that was definitely a mistake, but no full conversion as KingRaj didn't have the meter. Wow. They're just staring into each other's eyes. Very literally, yes. Ooh, and that would have been a big conversion.
Okay, so Bdon is going to get some HP back, but he is playing quite defensively, and honestly, he's having a lot of opportunities go miss as KingRaj is just kind of slowly bullying his way in there. There's almost no contention coming out of Bdon here this mirror.
You say that, but right as you say that, he gets an opening and forces the other clash.
Yep, and that was actually a very smart wager, as there was no meter available for either player, so KingRaj was going to keep the life lead. However, that may come back to bite him. We don't know.
This neutral is incredible. They're just like slowly walking at each other and shooting lasers and ducking lasers. Oh, this feels a lot like a Superman mirror from Justice 1.
Oh, here we go. Huge opportunity. Not even enough bar to do an air escape. Oh, but a drop combo.
And dropped combos have costed both of these players so much damage. Oh, and again, a dropped conversion. Nice! All right, made it safe. Could have got a little bit more damage.
There's a grab. Oh! This...
It could be a kill. Oh, no, he went for the knockdown. He could have got a little bit more meter.
And there's a grab. So KingRaj will tie it up 2-2.
Wow, yeah, the Supergirl pick was very interesting, but it didn't seem like Bdon was as comfortable with Supergirl.
I agree 100%.
Yeah, I don't think have ever seen him drop a Fate combo, or if so, it's like 1 out of every 20 or 30.
And his Fate combos are very intricate.
Right. But Supergirl, we definitely did see him drop a few. Could have been a little bit better, and it looks like he is going to be going back to Fate, which is understandable.
Again, he had a game to give. Maybe he felt confident in the mirror match. Maybe there's something about Supergirl he doesn't like with Fate, but this is probably the right decision, as we just, talked the first half of the show of how impressive his Fate was. So we'll have to see if this is going to be enough.
And they're going back to Red Sun Prison. Of course, both these characters are power characters, so most of the time the interactables aren't quite as important because not many really start combos for the power characters.
Right. But man, for those gadget characters, this is a interactable playground.
Oh, it is. One of the best stages for them. Oh, and all of Dr. Fate's trait was wasted out of that pressure and out of that combo. Of course, Supergirl's combos take so long to do, which is very important for people who have meter-based traits.
They're honestly just really annoying to watch, too. Like, you're sitting there, and before it was even worse because they wouldn't even do damage. You're like, God, can you just finish your damageless combo already?
Like, you wish that it was just like 3 hits and it was over, but yeah, especially when they do that meter-building uppercut, you're like sitting there like frozen, they go like, uppercut, slowly fall down. Back
wow.
3.
Look at all of this damage. He's going to go on top. And here we go. Bdon taking the lead in this final Game 5. Oh, that was huge.
Oh, that was a really, really bad trade for KingRaj because that means he lost a lot of his trade.
Can't believe you've lasted this long.
Order is eternal.
Did you know that Order was eternal?
I did not. I am not a... I don't know. I don't know the lore of Order.
Oh, he tried to contest, but it's not going to work. However, KingRaj did have to spend a meter there to take out the life bar, so not the worst situation. 2 bars still available for Bdon.
Oh, and I love the fact that he covers his zoning with the red Ankh. So there was actually a situation where he decided to throw out the red Ankh and then threw a projectile that knocked Supergirl into the Ankh. That was pretty sick, but...
Very low, 8 HP left, and there it is! Bdon will move forward in winners. So needed for this player.
Dr. Fate wins.
Yeah, he's
so necessary, but I got to give it up to KingRaj for honestly taking him to a Game 5 and playing very solid throughout the entire set.
Yeah, Supergirl was definitely the pick, although it seemed like the first time that he chose Supergirl, he may have been a little bit, I guess still just warming up with her is what I should say. His Firestorm, of course, looked very, very solid, and the first game of Supergirl was a little bit off, and then from there on, it was like solid Supergirl the whole way through. I would have liked to have known what would have happened if he had chosen Supergirl from the start.
It's very possible that Bdon could have been the one sent to the lower bracket. But that was a very good match to start on.